India upheld its commitment to the treaty, a gesture of goodwill that went unreciprocated by a state that has consistently used terrorism as an instrument of policy. Friends, economically, this allows India to accelerate long pending hydropower projects and improve water management in the states of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and Punjab. It also reinforces India's message to the global community. It is willing to uphold peace, but not at the cost of its soldiers' blood or its people's patience. Namaskar friends, I welcome you to the digital media of Uday India. And today in Bharatiyataka Sankhanath, I will again tell you about the actions the government of India could take after this ghastly incident, the murder of Hindus at Pahalgam in Kashmir. And among the actions, the most important was the Indus Waters Treaty that was signed in 1960 between India and Pakistan and brokered by World Bank, has long been held as one of the most enduring water sharing agreements in the world. It allocated control of the three eastern rivers like Ravi, Beas and Sutlej to India and the three western rivers Indus, Jhelum and Chenab to Pakistan. For over 6 decades, even amidst wars, border skirmishes and relentless terror attacks, India upheld its commitment to the treaty, a gesture of goodwill that went unreciprocated by a state that has consistently used terrorism as an instrument of policy. So now, in a bold and long overdue move, India has decided to suspend the Indus Waters Treaty. This marks a significant shift in India's diplomatic and strategic posture, signaling that national security and sovereignty will no longer be subordinated to outdated ideals of unilateral goodwill. The suspension of the treaty carries profound implications on the strategic front. It strikes at Pakistan's water security. As you know, that nearly 80% of its irrigated agriculture depend on the Indus system. By halting or altering water flows, India gains a new tool of pressure, one that is entirely within the bounds of international law, considering Pakistan's continued violation of peace and bilateral trust through its sponsorship of terrorism. Friends, economically, this allows India to accelerate long pending hydropower projects and improve water management in the states of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh and Punjab. It also reinforces India's message to the global community. It is willing to uphold peace, but not at the cost of its soldiers' blood or its people's patience. The Pahalgam terror attack, which claimed the lives of innocent tourists in a brutal ambush, once again reminded the country that the threat from across the border is not just ideological but deeply institutional. This attack did not occur in a vacuum. It followed closely on the heels of the Supreme Court's directive mandating assembly elections in Jammu and Kashmir. While the return to electoral democracy is a necessary step in the long process of normalization post-Article 370 abrogation, the decision has exposed deep vulnerability on the ground. Terror groups emboldened by political uncertainty and backed by Pakistani handlers are now seeking to derail this democratic process through fear and bloodshed. The timing of the Pahalgam attack is chilling reminders that while the law may declare normalcy, the reality on the ground is far from it. Adding insult to the injury, the Congress party's Robert Vadra issued a tone-deaf and politically loaded statement in the aftermath of the attack, subtly questioning the motives behind its timing and insinuating that such incidents are conveniently used by the government. His comments are a textbook example of Muslim appeasement politics that has long defined the Congress party's approach to national security. Rather than uniting behind the forces or demanding accountability from Pakistan, Badra's rhetoric really measured the diversionary narratives often peddled by Pakistan itself that every terror attack is politically motivated or stage managed. This not only emboldens the enemy but also weakens national reserve at a time when unity is paramount. The convergence of these three developments, the suspension of the Indus Waters Treaty, the terror attack in Pahalgam, and Vadra's disturbing statements, paints a picture of a country at a crossroads. India must decide whether it will continue to tolerate duplicity in the name of secularism and diplomacy, or whether it will adopt a policy of principled assertiveness. Water, once a symbol of cooperation, must now be used as leverage. Terror, once met with restraint, must now be countered with both bullets and bold decisions. And politics, once clouded by appeasement, must now reflect a resolute commitment to national interest. The time for ambiguity is over. India must speak with one voice, act with one purpose, and never again compromise with terror or those who enable it. Friends, the whole nation is in grief. Those who lost their next members in the family, the last rites are going on. They are given national honor. Still, people of India will never forget it, and it's not a matter to forget. Again, government has taken some decisions, but the whole nation is waiting and watching how we are taking actions. That's all for today. And on Pahalgam issue, continuously we are going to update you all the relevant informations, analysis, updates. So stay tuned with Uday India and subscribe to Uday India. Thank you.